regular draw. Just one of the staple rides out here on the what we call the Mesa here in Pinedale, Wyoming. Kind of this sandy, sometimes rocky at times, trail runs through this little ravine. Got a lot of these little ups and downs, just makes it kind of fun. Some nice little corners. Tell you this though, if it ever rains, don't come ride this trail. The mud out here is sticky. You'll be washing it off your bike for years. So if it rains, just give it a good 2 or 3 days to dry out. This is one of those rides in Pinedale though that it's no trees, no shade, so when it's hot, it's hot. It's best to ride in the morning or evening when it's cooled down a little bit, later in the fall. But if you're gonna come do it in the summer, man, don't do it at noon. As difficulty level, I'd say it's one of the easier trails around here. It's one that I like to bring some beginners, younger kids, just getting into mountain biking. Just had my daughter out here last night. It was her first time really on a trail like this at all. First time ever on this trail for sure. She did pretty well. Probably she never really wrecked, I'd say. Maybe one time she wrecked, just kind of got off balance and came off the bike. But probably about 4 or 5 times along the trail, she kind of had to catch her balance with her feet and keep from crashing. But we worked out some of the kinks. She wasn't really utilizing her brakes, so a little instruction along those lines and she got a little bit better. So by the end of the trail, she was doing great. She's 11, you know, so really good beginner trail for an 11-year-old. And really any adult that's just getting into biking. And any seasoned biker that just wants to have a really quick rip down the trails for the fun of it. A lot of the bikers in this area are, you know, on Strava, so they're trying to beat the fastest time down, which I've had an attempt or two at it, and man, the ones at the top of the list are just tearing it up. They're on a different level than I am for sure. It's kind of a fun little part here. Local bike shop in town, Geared Up's hosting a little bike race, a little XC race out here this next weekend, where you can sign up and, depending on which division you're in, do several different laps through here. I think the one I'm on is a 4-lapper. Oh boy, it's like 20 some miles. I'll see if I'm ready for it. This is like a dry riverbed, so you get a lot of these river rocks, cobble type stones on some of these corners. But you just kind of let your bike roll over it. A lot of these little ups and downs are fun. Really sharp corners you gotta be aware of, but other than that, it's a pretty straightforward ride. Early spring, you got to watch out for the occasional grazing cows that'll be on the trail. They're not a real bright animal. Sometimes they'll just run down the trail for a quarter mile before they decide to get off. And of course, you got to watch out for the hazards of the cow pies as well. If it's cow season, ride with your mouth closed, that's for sure. Here's where we get a couple of these good climbs you got to pick some speed up for. But the other side's pretty fun. Challenge, trying to make it up this last sandy hill. I've only done it a handful of times, probably like 50-50. Now, not even that good, like maybe 33% of the time. Oh man, dang it. I was so close that time. Maybe 30% of the time. So that was about 2.5 miles through that ravine of just downhill. Then from here we just climb our way back to the top, throw in another lap. So that's lap 1 of 4 I gotta do today, just for training. For the most part, it's just a pretty gradual climb on this 2-track. You have this one section here where got a little bit of a dip through this ravine, which is actually kind of fun. And then the rest of it's just gradual climb. We get back to the top, rinse and repeat. It's just a little before 10 o'clock, and temperature-wise, probably upper 60s, heading towards the 70s right now. Really probably should have come out about an hour earlier. I wanted to meet the heat, or miss the heat. I think it's supposed to get up near 85 today, so probably by the time I'm done with my 4th lap, I'll be scorched.